What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Talk Candy Podcast. And it's the Millionaire Mindset.
And your boy Philly's in the building. You see the hat, you see the shirt. Enough said.
Listen, here you go. We're going to go ahead and do this thing. Boom.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right. That's
Yes.
right. That's
Yes,
right.
The Phillies versus San Diego. We're going to let y'all decide who's going to take it. We'll get into that later. Anyway,
That's
little
right.
friendly
That's
competition between me and my man Philly.
Yes,
all love. It's all love.
All love.
We got this. West. You see the W. It's just a Wu thing, but it's it's deeper.
I'm feeling
What's
the
happening,
shirt.
brother?
The concert was off the chain, bro.
Oh
man.
My goodness. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes. They all brought it. Bus came with it, and yes.
It was a beautiful thing. Thing.
Yeah,
Had to go ahead and represent today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like the shirt. I should have done mine, but yeah, it's all good. So what's going on with you today there, Mr. Slaughter?
Hanging tough, man. Just another day, just another dollar, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. That's about it, bro.
Yeah, you said a dime and a nickel, right?
All right.
Right.
That's it.
I hear
What we on today? Hey, first of all, you guys know the goal at the Thought Candy Podcast is to motivate, inspire, educate, and hopefully we'll say something that you can relate to, something that's therapeutic, something that catches your ear, catches your vibe, and makes you want to listen to this thing. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Make sure you tell a friend, stimulate some great conversation. That's all we're trying to do. Yes.
Well, yo, I know we've been talking about some pretty in-depth, subject matters over the last few weeks. We give people, I think a little comedy in the midst of all that as well. I hopefully you guys checked out the one that was last week. Oh, dynamite. But I was just sitting here driving and I was listening to that DMX and the Locks, If I Had 24 Hours to Live. So hot. And if anybody in the hip hop, go check it out. That DMX, If I Had 24 Hours to Live with the Locks. Hot. But anyway, that had me thinking, if your time was up, if your time was called, if the man upstairs, the big God, knocked on the door and said, hey, time's up tomorrow, 6 p.m. When it's all said and done, Sean, will it be anything that you wish you had done that you did not do? And I'm thinking you would say yes. And will it be any regrets of things that you didn't do, or didn't accomplish in the process of your time here on earth when the big man said, hey, it's that time. So when it's all said and done, how would you feel about, your life story, your book, for the 50 plus years you've been here on this earth?
Man,
I'm just curious.
That's a deep one right there. I mean, I try not to live with any regrets. No regrets, because when you live, you learn, and hopefully it's lessons, that you take from the life that you've lived, and we don't stick around this long being stupid, you know what I mean? And hopefully you learn some lessons from some of the life that you've gone through. I don't have any regrets. What I would do differently is rewinding the clock. I probably would have either gone to school or either the military to see the world a little more. you know. Here's the thing, there's no guarantee that I would have made it back. I mean, we had Desert
Mm,
Storm, we had, some of the, those wars back then, Iraq, Fallujah, whatever. And,
right.
and my boys that I knew, folks made it back, but who's to guarantee that that would have happened? You know what I mean? So those are some of the things I think about. I probably would have gone to a 4-year university instead of sticking around and got away and got to see some different things and had some different experiences.
Would you have
Um,
done that? Would you have done that earlier in your life, possibly right out of high school?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Did the
Yeah.
did the parent did the parents I don't want to say force that, but was that an option on the table when
They
you
encouraged it. It was
yeah,
highly
encourage.
encouraged,
Mhm.
right? That I do something. And I was always pretty independent. And so either way, I felt like I was going to do it, but I don't feel like I was as focused. I didn't want to waste their money, because I think my mind was probably set on.
Mm.
I
And yes, I mean, I didn't catch you.
would have
I
been
didn't
doing
catch you
this,
until you was in yeah. I didn't catch you. I didn't catch up to you until you was in your mid 20s.
right?
So in
We
your
might have
mid
been about
20s,
23, 24,
yeah,
and it
and
was popping.
you was a complete monster then.
Oh my
You was
goodness.
that's another whole episode. So, but let me ask you this. Yeah, let me ask you this. Your kids though, you look
Yeah,
at it now. Let's say your kids. You got some beautiful kids.
thank you.
Some are grown.
You too.
Now you
Yeah,
got some
yeah.
little ones.
Mhm.
Are you going to encourage that? Well, I know Michelle. Uh, when it comes to that uh, arena of schooling, going to college, opposed to because entrepreneurship is just like the way of the world right now. What these young kids are doing and these influencers and IT folks, and I mean, what's going on right now in the tech space. So, are you going to encourage that as well? Going to a
I
4-year
would.
school?
I would encourage it. Now, whether they choose to do it or not, it's a whole different ball game because I mean, we all know that it doesn't require that you do that to be successful in life. I just really feel like when you get your education, once you've got it, it can't be taken away from you.
Exactly.
Once you know, you can't unknow something. And
Exactly.
so it's something that can't be stripped away from you. You earn that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can knock it. No one can try to snatch it from you. No one can say that you didn't dedicate that time and effort to getting it done. And so, of course, I would encourage it. Do I feel like it's mandatory? No, because I'm an entrepreneur and I have that entrepreneur mindset. We've done many things together and it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't require that you have any type of degree. I just feel like as a person that may be more set on just the 9 to 5 corporate America, you better have a plan B, C, whatever. So
Exactly.
education is important. My older girls have, an entrepreneur mindset, but I always tell them, you guys make sure that you get your education too, because you never know what you're going to need to fall back on. If something were to happen to those lovely hands that you use to work so well with,
Mm-hmm.
doing hair, doing nails, doing different things that they do. Shout out to them. They hustle. Sierra
Oh, hustlers,
Chanel,
hustlers.
my,
Yes,
my
I see her. I
babies,
see her.
Mookie
Yeah.
and Nelly, Mookie and Nelly. I would encourage them highly to make sure that they um, get that degree
Mm-hmm.
because you never know when you need to fall back on it, or you never know when it might be the gateway, the entryway into something where you
Mm-hmm.
can expand and go further. But if you're not planning on running something yourself out the gate, that you have a solid game plan and strategy and other people involved that can grow and expand this thing, you need to keep a plan B, tucked. And that's that
Right.
education. So
Oh, for
it's
sure.
important that you have it. Not
Mhm.
not make or break whether you make it or not, success wise. And everybody has a different definition of success. But yeah, I would highly encourage them to do that.
Here's what you want. Yeah, I as well. You know, I see the young lady I'm with, and her education has taken her so much farther. I would say if she didn't have an education, you know, she's got her
Mhm.
degree and so on and so forth. I look
Mhm.
at you. I think we talked about it on a previous podcast. Um, where you're at right now, you know, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but where you're at right now is because you put the grind in to get your education and get that piece of paper, that degree that got you in the position where you're at right now. I,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Also,
Am I where I want to be? No, not
no,
by any means, right?
right,
I feel like I wouldn't if it were coming down to my final days or hours or whatever it was, and if I even knew, when it was going to happen, the time I had to, punch that clock, um, I think I would be somewhat okay. The things I would have done differently are what I said. Maybe take the kids around the world and see
mm,
some more places and spend some time. Um,
hmm,
Make sure that my will and everything is intact and everything that needs to go to them to help continue to sustain, making sure that that's all intact. That
right,
that
right.
that would be the main things that I would be focused on, just to make sure when I'm gone that everybody's good.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Leaving that legacy is important because we can always leave some bills, but I want to leave a legacy. We ain't, I want to set up where we're not doing that whole no disrespect to anybody else GoFundMe thing.
Right.
You
And
know,
I think that's where our you know, our minds have shifted, you know,
yeah,
uh yours and mine, you know, for that matter, from 15, you know, years ago to now, if not 20 years ago to now, you
mhm.
know, how we look at things. I know that's me for sure. Um, so yeah,
You have to grow and elevate, though.
yeah, you
I
have to.
think with this time that we've been around, we've had an opportunity to see certain things, and you don't stick around this long and not learn something.
Exactly.
You're gonna keep bumping your head into the wall and doing crazy things, and then eventually, hopefully, you figure out I got to take a
Right.
different path. Instead of going this way, I probably need to, pivot and go the other way. But wake up and see the light, so to speak, and take it to a whole different level. And for
Yeah.
some
Well,
of
like,
us,
yeah,
we get it
yeah,
right away, and some take a long time to figure it out before that light
yeah,
comes on.
yeah. They say if you're doing the same way, I think it was a quote from Muhammad Ali. If you're 50 years old and you're doing the same thing and you're in the same place when you were 30 years old, man, you got to change. If you're in the same position, the same predicament, you have not grown in 20 years, whew, man, that's really, you gotta stop and
That's
think about that.
sad.
That's
That's
sad.
sad. Yeah.
Exactly.
But
So
we know people like that,
yes,
you
yes,
know, and
yes.
and they don't have any intentions on making any changes. But the thing is, I think if you make a conscious decision to set a plan, write it down, execute it, with whoever it is
You're
that's going
going
to be involved in this plan, right? Say it out loud, whatever the steps are that you need to do it to make it happen. See it and seize it is what I say. But
that's right.
but
You read
if we're not making a list and you're not putting it out there for somebody to hold you accountable, nine times
mhm,
out of 10, it's just gonna stay on that little piece of paper and you'll never
exactly.
check off that list. So my goal is to try to check off as many things as I can before I check out. And we know, today's a promise. So
Exactly.
The constant thought process is to maximize each day to do something towards
Exactly.
not
Exactly.
regretting tomorrow if I don't get it.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
And I would say this. I mean, I've you know, this was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I was reading a book, I forget, it was some motivational book, and they were asking old folks, like in their 80s and 90s, if there was anything that they wish they could have done differently. And they said they wish they had taken more risk. They wish they had taken more risk on things. And a lot of them said they wish they had taken more risk on themselves.
That's good.
And when I was thinking of this question, that's exactly what I thought of without thinking of that book that I read. I just said, man, you know what? We should have done this. I could have done that. And my son, my oldest son, man, love him to death. He still talks about, Dad, man, you can do this, or you can do that. Nah, I'm getting up there in age now. He says, look at so-and-so, look at so-and-so, look how old they are. You can do it. I'm like, yeah, you believe in me because you my son.
That's a good one. But here's the thing though. How many times have people believed in you when you didn't even believe in yourself? I can see that now with folks that I try to encourage and push. I remember that push and encouragement, and you saying that struck a chord because I probably should have believed in myself a lot sooner, and had a lot more confidence and drive to take risks and go alone if I needed to. I always felt like I needed to have people around me. Like I gotta bring my crew. I gotta have my posse in. People was like, you need to ride solo. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to go and do this alone. And I think a lot of times those that are willing to venture out on their own like that, it makes us that much stronger. When you feel like you don't need a lot of people around you in order for you to validate what you're doing, or you need them for validation. You got to be willing to take your mission all by yourself if necessary.
You think you were hesitant due probably to that 4-letter word we don't like to use, called fear? Maybe were you maybe a little fearful to step out there on your own?
Absolutely. I mean, I always felt like there were people out there that I could encourage that I felt were better than me, rather than feeling the confidence of my own abilities. I was too busy pushing somebody else or encouraging somebody else to do their thing.
So it may not be fear, it's just a lack of confidence in yourself. Because that was me.
Yeah.
That was me when we were coming up, when we had the record labels and we were pushing these guys. I mean, I knew, I knew I was all right, but I just seen someone better, and I seen that can be that's our ticket right there. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I met you and I seen you, I said, man, we gotta get this cat out here. And like you say, the young Sean ain't the older Sean, because the young Sean was like, I'm gonna get in the studio. And we calling Sean up. We didn't have we had the little cell phones then. And Doug, where you at? Oh man, I'm out in the club, man.
I'm out here, yeah. I'm at Mr. O's. I'm at the backstage. I'm turning up,
You was in the
I'm at
exactly.
Tina's. I was out there.
You was hitting corners.
You was hitting corners. Yeah.
And you wasn't there. You were a little younger, than we were, but you weren't there. We was there.
Yeah.
So, but now
the focus was on something completely different.
Right. But you're so much there, like right now. We're like right there right now. So nothing ain't too many things that can deter you. I don't know if I'm speaking for you, but they can deter you from where you want to go now. I mean, can I say
right.
that's a true statement?
You're correct. You're correct. I wish I would have had that same focus, say 25 years ago, and the financial backing too. Because I mean,
Ooh.
if we had a budget behind us, I think that would have been like a complete turnaround, no stopping. Like, we're just trying to scrape everything together to make it happen, and you do what you
Mhm.
could, right? I believe in you. I'm gonna throw a couple of dollars in, but I remember reaching out to, several cats that I knew that probably had it to put it out there, and it was just catching that ear and attention that never really transpired. Everybody is
Right, right.
moving fast, fast money, whatever. And I talk to folks now, and it's like, man, if I would have known, or if we would have known each other, or whatever, it would have been a wrap. It would have been a done deal, And so you just kind of grit your teeth, but no regrets. I mean, it happened the way it was supposed to.
Mhm.
Something tells me that I probably didn't need to be famous back then.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Well, we know, we
it's a
all know
wild
the
world. It's a
we
wild
know the
world.
stories. You would be out there wilding and probably be blowing money and
Yeah,
God knows what. I hear
yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah, yeah. So I think it was a blessing in disguise that it didn't come in that form that I was really pushing for. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right.
Because that whole thing's comes with that's a whole other podcast
Ooh,
right
man,
there.
yes. Yes, yes, yes,
What comes with the fame and the fortune, and
yes.
it's not
Sometimes
all
sometimes it's not sometimes it's not good.
it's not all
Yeah,
sweet, right?
I hear you.
Yeah, so no regrets, man. I just say, hey, I feel like up to this point, I've done what I needed to do. Could I have done more? Of course. But you just take it from here and maximize each day as much as you can. And when we just kind of lived, we just kind of freestyled it, and it was like whatever was going on that week, that's what we was into. Whichever way the wind blew, I'm there.
Exactly, exactly. Well, let me ask you this. So when you're saying no regrets, would it be, you know, all right for me to ask, would it be any relationships, you know, that you've had, be it male or female, that may have went south or didn't isn't where it's at right now, and you may want to mend those relationships uh, for any particular rhyme or reason?
I don't know. I think with the men, it's a little different. Of course, we had that ego thing going, but it just kind of is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
With maybe some of the young ladies, I feel like I probably could have handled some things a little bit differently. You know
Appreciate
what I
that.
mean? And
Appreciate
and
that.
and I would have treated a few of them a little bit different.
Appreciate that.
Who knows what tide that could have changed or turned, but when you kind of out there just doing your thing and you're not really like committed to being committed or committed to one person, all kind of things happen and feelings get stepped on. And so I probably would have handled that a little bit different, especially having daughters and everything. You want to make sure that
Same.
I wasn't no dirtbag or nothing like that, but I would have handled some things a little bit different. I
Yeah,
wasn't as good as some, but I was definitely better than others. Let's just say that.
exactly. And I asked that question because I was asking myself, and that was almost the answer is almost identical. I would have done things. I would have reached out to a few and done things a little differently.
How many
Uh,
times have we had a conversation about the type of ladies that we might have been seeing or dating, and we'll have conversations about a certain type that we may be attracted to,
mhm.
and it could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. You might be
Yeah,
attracted to that type that's always got you just doing some crazy stuff, and then
exactly.
you might have one that's going to slow you down and put you on the right track and right path, and somehow you never figure out how to treat that one right. It's always the
Right.
one that's got you going crazy in the drama and damn near about to get arrested over something, rather than the one that's going to put you on the right path and get your credit right and whatever, right? And so
Why does
as
it?
we grow and learn, it's like
It's
make the right
always, I don't
choice.
know. I don't know if it's just us.
You can get with
I think
this
I'm
or
a,
you can get with that, you know.
yeah, exactly, black sheep all day.
Right.
But my thing is, I don't know what you're right. I think it takes some a little longer. It take me a little longer. I don't know if I rode on a little short yellow bus with the little helmets. I don't know, but it take me a little longer. So I look at my friends, my close friends, and I applaud them. I salute them, and I appreciate where they're at. And I look at them, even you, and I look at them and go, man, that's where I strive to be at. You know what I mean? So, yes, definitely. I salute you for that, man, because you definitely got it right for sure. And God willing, man, I hope I got it right when it comes to that aspect that we're talking about when it comes to the female.
Absolutely. When it comes to you, and when it comes to our boys, you always want to see somebody succeed. I would never want to see someone go through anything that I might have been through, that everybody doesn't survive and make it through. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want to try to deter people from taking the same path that you've taken, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
But I always have encouraged you and any of my tight partners, like, find you a good one and hold on. You know what I mean? Because we can travel together. We can do some live shit together.
Exactly.
It's hard when you in a relationship and you got a single boy that always want to turn up. It don't work. It don't work like that.
It don't work.
But if
what
we
happens,
both on the same page, we can link up.
You know what happened.
It's gonna be problems.
The girlie, I don't like him. Well, that's my boy. Like nah, yeah. I don't want him around.
He stay already every time he come through, it's a different girl.
Exactly. So we know that. We know that.
Right.
Look, man, I love the subject matter. Hey, when it's all said and done, but let me ask you this: if it's all said and done, you got that last meal. That last meal you got to eat. That last, whatever it is, what you going to? You're going to, you got your last meal. Is it mama's fried chicken? Is it the wifey's lasagna? When it's all said and done, you got one meal, Sean. What you asking for?
So it can't be no smorgasbord then, right?
You get, if it's breakfast, you get a breakfast, and you can add a lunch and dinner, but I'm saying you got one meal. I'm saying one meal, so you gotta pick very, very strategically, and you get dinner is you get a main, you get a main course, you get a dessert, and you get a drink. So what you picking when it's all said and done? What you want to see when you get up there to the pearly gates?
I might have me a nice seafood boil.
With seafood boil?
With some fried fish on the side, and probably some collard greens or some red beans and rice.
Hey, yeah, you see, you're doing the whole smorgasbord thing now.
No, that ain't smorgasbord. That's all at the same spot.
I ain't seen nobody have a crab boil.
I'm thinking like some boiling crabs, but I gotta throw them the sides. You do get sides.
The crabs are the sides.
No, I'm saying the greens, the red beans.
The greens is the side. Okay,
fish. That type of spot, boiling crab type stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right.
And then I'm gonna have me a nice little cocktail. It might have to go on and just be, a Cadillac margarita with the shots on the side or something.
Okay.
Just to go on and add that potency. And,
I like that.
I don't know. Some cheesecake or something, nice dessert, nice little strawberry cheesecake, New York cheese. You know what I'm saying?
I guess y'all catching his vibe then. Y'all catching his vibe. All right,
And
I'm
that's
with
just
you.
one because I'm a foodie. So that's, yeah, I would have to probably rock with the seafood.
Okay, yeah.
Crab
You
legs
and Michelle, yeah, you're
and
always hitting that crab. Yeah, you're always
yeah,
hitting the
yeah.
crab hut or some. Yeah,
Boiling
I
crab style.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm black all day. I'm getting fried chicken.
You gonna get you some fried chicken?
Fried chicken.
What about some watermelon?
Damn, really, bro? I'm black.
Typical, right?
That's a
Fried chicken and
that's a
watermelon.
that's a
Talk broken English and drugs, so.
that's a,
Oh, I'm
that's a
just saying.
typical Negro.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
right there. You know what?
What you want with that fried chicken?
I know.
That
I'm
might be
definitely
your
going.
dessert. I don't know.
I'm
What
definitely
you
gonna
think?
get some. I'm gonna get some collards. I got to cook them myself. You know, put a little hock in there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
mac and cheese. Yeah, I'm gonna do what you do. On the side, I'm gonna have a little slice of not a slice, but a half of a Philly cheesesteak. You know,
Okay.
sweet and hot peppers. A chocolate junior. That's a tasty cake for y'all don't know out there. Go Phillies. Um, I would have a nice little cocktail too. You already know me, so yeah.
Bombay.
That little Bombay Sapphire with a little twist of lime and lemon with a little bit of pineapple juice. Oh,
There you go.
I think I'm gonna get me a cocktail after this right now, bro. That's it. I'm good. I'm good. So I'm up, you know, with all that being said and done, I mean, it's good that you have no regrets. I mean, there's a lot of people that has regrets to wish they could have done. I know I have regrets, just wish I could have done things a little differently. I wish I would have took a little bit more risk.
Yeah, those things for sure. Those things for sure.
But you know, hey, my kids are good. My kids are healthy. You know, they wealthy. You know, in their mind, their body, and their state. So you know, they're wealthy in that aspect, and they're smart. They're smart kids. So I think you know, me and the moms did an excellent job on that. I would just feel a little bad that I would have to leave the people behind that didn't get a chance to live out those golden years, as they say. But yeah, I would have regret, man. You know, I could have took some risk, and like you said, wasn't as confident
in yourself and your abilities, right?
Right, as I am right now. So
that would be the encouragement for anybody listening too.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself. Take a chance on yourself early. Don't wait until you feel like it's too late or you get bogged down, you know, whether it be kids or a relationship or whatever the case may be. Take a chance on yourself and do some things, you know, that the average person your age might not be doing. Step outside the box, travel the world, purchase a home, finish college. It's so many different things that you know, get a certain amount of money saved up in the bank that suits you. If it's 50,000, whatever, you know, some goals. Set some goals and achieve those goals.
Yeah, set some goals. Let me ask you this before we get out of here, because I know we have some. We got a few baby boomers on here, probably. I think with the subscribers we have a few baby boomers, some millennials for sure. But is 50 too late, Sean? Is 60 too late?
For what?
For those that are here,
is it too late for what?
Yeah, to go out and set those goals and still strive for their dreams and still take those risks that we were talking about that we wish we had taken.
No, because I really feel like, you know, some of that stuff I got lined up now, you know. Exactly. I don't think it's ever too late. And you can always, you know, hit the reset button to start over if you don't feel like you're doing what you need to be doing. Hit the reset button. Start over again. Each day is a brand new day to make an impact in your life and somebody else's life, whatever the case may be. Hit that reset button as many times as you can.
Hold up. Let me time out.
Yes, sir.
Hit that reset button. What does that sound like?
It sounds like a podcast.
It sounds like a podcast. Hit the
How many
reset
times
button.
can I hit the reset button?
Exactly. I love it. I love it. Love it. Yo, brother, man, I appreciate your time. We appreciate all of you guys that actually got on and listened to us to, bring our thoughts to you. Definitely comment. Sean, I don't know if we're going to do it this week or not. I'm just coming off the top of the head because I know we talked about it a little bit.
Let's save it for them.
We're going to save it for them. You know where I was going,
yeah.
right?
Do some research real quick and
yeah,
get it ready.
You know where I was going.
We got something special for y'all.
Yeah, all right.
Name that. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to say that for. We can't say next week. It's got to be the week after next.
Like 2 weeks. Right?
Yeah. So in 2 weeks, we got something special for you. You don't want to miss out. We're gonna go live on this one, Mr. Millionaire Mindset.
I think we probably should go live just to see how it goes down. And I think y'all gonna like this. It's a new segment of Thought Candy podcast.
Thought Candy, Philly, Mr. Millionaire Mindset. Go live. Look, we gotta don our gear, Sean. You gotta don your Padres. I know you got it. Mr. Yes, I called you Mr. San Diego for I don't know how many years. Y'all know me. The name says it all. So I say, here you go. He gonna throw it on like that. So
yeah, I'll bring that old Tony Gwynn flavor out.
He said Tony Gwynn.
Yeah, we're gonna do the throwback brown and yellow.
That's the truth, and that's the truth, Mr. San Diego for sure.
Yes,
so yeah, yo, be ready. We're gonna don our gear on the next podcast. Be ready for the special announcement we're gonna have coming out. Definitely gonna be something good for each and every one of you guys that's tuning in. You can go ahead and close us out there. Dub, appreciate you, sir.
Appreciate you, brother. I think we pretty much said everything that needs to be said. Did you have something else?
No, I was just gonna rock that if you had 24 hours to live by DMX, The Locks, and Mace, but
oh yeah. Well, we can exit with that. But I was just gonna say, we pretty much put it out there. Hopefully you live with no regrets. You can always hit the reset button and start over again and make it what you need it to be. And the only limitations are right up here and this person, that you look in the mirror at. You're the only one that's stopping you at the end of the day. So keep pushing forward. No grass under your feet. Got to keep it moving. Forward motion, y'all. Mr.
Love it. Love it. And hey, we gonna end it like this. We gonna end it like that. Let me see. See if I can get some love on it. Fuck around and sniff an ounce of raw. Bust the floor. I don't know if you can hear. Jump in the whip. Get them cats I wanted to get. Since the tavern on the bean robbery in 86. Went home, took a shower in nice cold water. And spent my last hours with my son and my daughter. You had 24 hours to live. Just think. Where would you go? What would you do? Who would you screw? And who would you want to notify? Or put your ass denied that your ass about to die. You had 24 hours. We out of here. I appreciate you, Mr. Millionaire Mindset.
Right back at you.
You guys have a good one. See you on the next one.